Right, so we're underneath the rear bumper at the moment, dropping dirt everywhere. This is the tail light assembly. This is our tail light wire. We're going to replace these for LED ones. So looks like I need to chop a few zip ties. We're going to follow this loom all the way back down to here, in which there is a plug that plugs in. I think what we're going to do is rip that plug out, take the whole loom out. Actually no, I tell a lie, the plug's up here. We're going to pull this plug out, take that loom out, wire it into the new lights so we can shove the new lights in the hole and just plug it back in. We can do all that soldering in the cool inside. Alright, we have our loom disconnected here and all the zip ties cut. I'll have to zip tie these up. That's for the tack lights, the minimum running ones. Now we're going to do our ratchet spanner up here and whiz our bolts off. I'm going to lean around here so I don't get dirt in the face. That's now got very loose, so I can probably undo that with my fingers. Run over it. These ratchet spanners are magic. Alright, we have our old light fittings out. At first I thought these sockets weren't going to come through the hole. I noticed somebody's thought about that before me. So, that's good. We can get those sockets in and out. Alright, so we have our new lights and they have back plates as well. And crucially, the old ones get their ground from these screws, or bolts. I may need to make a slight adjustment to fit the ground connection on those. So that will be interesting. We'll strip these guys off first. I might even do the ground last. Take this piece off. So yeah, that'll be interesting, but we'll wire all the other leads up first. I'm pretty sure these holes are big enough to get the connector through, but I will double check that. And I'm hoping the holes are in the right spot for these guys actually. I might go check that just quickly. Alright, so there is going to be some minor modification needed. These ones didn't have concentric cable grommet holes, even though there was provision for it. That being said, these two holes actually don't line up exactly the same, so I will have to redraw one of those holes. But I figure if I take like a 12mm drill bit, I should be able to drill a hole big enough for that cable and grommet. I think that'll fit okay. So if I bolt this guy in and draw me a circle in there, I should be alright. Right, so our first order of duty is to work out how long these need to be and cut appropriately. So these leads are nearly long enough. I'm going to give myself a bit of room on both ends to play with. That should be alright. So now we're going to keep this guy. We're doing lead one at a time, so in case we cock something up, we've still got everything in the right order. And there's only 4 wires in here and there's 5 wires there. Makes sense because white is our ground, so we have 4 other connections. So that, the math stacks up on that. Alright, so first problem has emerged. That's one way, and that also fits that way. So I don't know what colour is what. So I may have to actually go out, plug this in and test it. And make sure I know which one's which.
A few moments later.
Alright, we took our meter out. Took my little baby meter because my good waterproof one's MIA right now. And we worked it out. Our stoplight we have worked out by process of elimination, but we've worked out all our other colours. So we know that the red is tail light, green with purple stripe is reverse lights, green, solid green is the indicator, and the green with the dull stripe that looks kind of brown, that's possibly the stoplight. Anyway, we're going to whack some heat shrink tubing over each one of these guys, and we will do some soldering. Let's warm up our iron. Alright, we're planing our ground wire at the moment, and looks like our white is our earth. So we're taking our black wire with a terminal here. We've chopped everything off except what we need. We're going to test something. In the rear fitting here, normally we would shove this straight under here, but we've got a captive nut thing going on here, so I may chop out just a little notch, one of the flats, and so this can sit in there and become our ground connection. Although, actually, you know what? there's enough wire here, and the way this loom's going to work, I'll just put that behind the bolt at the back. That sounds like a more sensible way to do that. So yeah, we'll just wire that straight on there. Alright, we've got some extraction happening here, which may or may not work well with the air conditioner happening. But I've twisted these wires helically together in opposite directions so that we get a nice inline splice here. Alright, we've got a little bit of flux gel here. We'll put a bit of this on, get it nice and hot, and then we'll try and solder things this way. See if this flux will help us get any more solder in there. Well, it certainly stinks. It is indeed flux. Alright, we've got our loom done. We'll do the big beater hinge shrink after we test this one. I'm going to test this first one first, of course, and I'll put a bit of contact cleaner in here. Clean this plug out while we have the chance. Can't really get in there with anything to scrub them, but that should help make the connection a little bit cleaner. Okay, let's go and test. Alright, so we've learnt that stop lights and reverse lights are backwards. So that is, that's our red and our black are backwards, so it's easy to remember. Alright, I'll swap them around. Alright, so here we are about half an hour later, with a bit of swearing and whatnot. We have our lights in situ and they all work, so we're doing good.